We are live. Tony is going to join us in a minute. We had some technical difficulties. We've upgraded our system a little bit, so we're just getting used to it.
Hello,
Good morning. Okay, so how's it going, Tony? Welcome to the Golden Rule. My name is Meg Le Vu.
My name is Tony Chang.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. We had a nice weekend. It's Monday. September 10th. It is our anniversary, our month anniversary. So we're going to work. Yeah, we're going to work really hard for like half the day and maybe chill out or do something. I don't know. Always take time.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's start with you first.
Me?
You had a nice weekend.
Yeah, I think so. I just needed to take a long ass break
Yeah.
because I think my mind was so in Super Jury Co. or my business or our business that I was just like, okay, I'm burnt out of it. And then also like,
You feel it already.
you know, like, dude, the way we communicated, it was hitting me so hard because like I felt hella bad. And the way I was like coming off, I was like, fudge, why the fudge was I so aggressive? You know what I mean? So I was like, I just want to say, I'm sorry. But,
No, it's okay. Can you get closer to the mic?
Yeah, I can.
So move it to where it's comfortable for you so that that thing is almost touching your mouth.
Like that?
Yeah, closer. See me? See, I'm like kissing this
my.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're kissing it.
So move that thing up so you're not like hunched over because you got to be comfortable.
Okie dokie.
Okay. So yeah, this is
Like
the podcast life, man.
Cool. Let's do it.
Are you seeing green dots? I just want to make sure. I want to have good audio.
I'm seeing green.
Okay.
Hello. Yep.
So see how close you have to be, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, we're all learning, Tony. Like, that's so far from my mind now, that moment. But I know that it's important to like make sure that the communication is on point and that we don't assume things between each other as teammates and to trust. Right? We're all learning how to trust each other, and it's not even a matter of like trust. It's like sometimes we get so excited about an idea.
Yeah.
Or an action to do. Like we want to execute. We always want to execute because we want to feel that we're being productive. But we want to be smart when we're productive. And this is something that we often will forget too because we get impulsive and we want to try a new idea right away. And it's cool that we have each other to like check ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's not always going to be like that situation before where it was like where you felt so bad bringing forth this idea, but it's nothing to feel bad about, Tony. It's just like, yeah, you're new to the ideas. We heard something cool and we wanted to implement it, and that's all that really is. So underneath it all, the intent is like, yeah, we always want to grow and stuff. So don't feel bad.
Okay.
But it's cool. It's nice to know that you guys are so conscious of how you appear to us and that you always want to make sure that you're on the same page. And that level of caring, no matter how much I'm downplaying it right now, I appreciate it because it just shows me and Kevin like you guys really care
We do.
about your role and what you're doing. And it makes us care too. Like you guys call it emergency. Remember that? It's an emergency. I was like, oh shit, okay. So like we're driving right now, but like I mean, we kind of figured it was an emergency because you would have called.
I think
right. Yeah. So, but that's the level of caring that you guys are bringing, and it encourages us to be at that level too, where maybe we don't react like that moving forward, but is like that level. You know, like that's where we're coming from, where it's like we want to be on the same page.
Heck yeah.
You know. So what else happened over the weekend?
Okay, so ever since that day,
Yeah.
like I started going downhill, like
like negative spiraling,
like turning into a boy again, that mentality. I started kind of like, I started yelling at Cindy again, like because one of the reasons that I allowed myself to be influenced by her, because she was feeling that impatience, or she was motivated. She wanted to get things done, like keep going, because I think she felt she had too much time. But at the same time, it came off very aggressive towards me. And usually I would be patient and just kind of question her like, oh, where's this coming from? But this time I just went, like, oh yeah, like that mob mentality. And so I think that's the reason why I kind of like blew up a bit. And then also from there, because of my guilt, I kind of started going down, in my mind and my heart. And the way I started talking to Cindy. Oh man. And then also we had to take care of Sophie a lot longer because I'm not used to it right now, you know?
Yeah.
We drop her off during the weekdays.
Sophie's one.
Yeah, Sophie's one, you know, but it's like during the weekend we have her all to ourselves, so it's kind of like berserk, like what the fudge, you know, like I'm going crazy again, you know?
The dad life, not used to it yet.
Not really. Still.
Yeah. Well, you only had 1 year to get used to it, and now you have a business, so it's like you have 2 babies. Yeah.
That's true.
Right. No, that's very familiar. Kevin and I would do the same. I remember that in Bell's, my previous company, where he would be so, you know, his very high standards, and I'm his voice basically to the team, and I would take on his fears and negativity as well. So some of the good, but a lot of it based in fear. And that's how I think we kind of burned some bridges or made them a little weak between me and the team members, because I was so stern. I was so strict. I was so unmoving because of, that's how we did it.
Yeah.
You know, like Kevin and I, we had this, he has this very high standard of excellence. It's a big reason why we're still here. You know, so credit where credit is due, for sure. But it's really hard to like welcome people and have them feel comfortable and safe to be the artist that they want to be. And I learned that lesson pretty hardcore last year, and so I started to change. Well, actually this year, like earlier this year, then I started to change. I read books on leadership and team and boss versus leader and things like that, and then slowly started to change. But definitely I relate to that, where it's like you can take on the fears and influence of, I mean, the intent is always good, right? It's like the intent with Kevin, it was like, I want to put out the best content ever as possible. And like with Cindy, she wants to go. She wants to execute. She wants a successful business, right? And it's like, I don't, and both of them are so similar, but it's like, I don't want people to talk shit about my brand, or I don't want to go back to Slauson, or, you know, right this. So, and that's okay. It's okay, because that's your first trigger to let you know and clarify your goals. At the same time, there's a more productive, loving, compassionate, patient way to do it, where now instead of saying I don't want, it's more statements of, actually I want to grow. Versus I don't want people to see our brand as weak. It's more like, actually I want to grow, and I want to take stuff off my plate, and I want to create more freedom for myself and not have to be attached to my computer every single day, right? And so these are the statements that now my husband is now saying that is allowing us to actually grow and execute and focus on that, versus I want to put out the best content possible. However, I don't want people to mess it up. I don't want people to ruin it. You know, I don't want them to ruin what I have built, right? Which is, I think it's a super valid fear. But when we shift our mindset to like, instead of focusing on the stuff we don't want, focus on what we do want.
Exactly.
Because it is really easy to just go, I don't want this, I don't want that. Like, you know what I mean?
Where does that come from?
I think it comes from the pain. Pain is a very powerful like signal, right? Ow, right? Okay, so it's immediate. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, the pain of it is more like when you think back to your childhood. For me, I remember a lot more painful memories than I do happy ones. Unfortunately, it's just because it burned you, you know, or it affected you. It was hurtful, whether it was emotional or physical. Like, I remember the painful stuff a lot more, or it's not that I remember them a lot more. It's that those memories are more available to me. I access them faster because it was, ow, you know, either mentally or emotionally. So it's like, I think that's why we quickly go to the I don't want statements or the fear-based mindset, because like biologically it's easier. It's survival. Right? Like if we look at it as a biological survival standpoint, like of course we're gonna react quicker and like I feel like access those actions easier because like it's gonna keep you alive. Right? Like we still don't have, like they have that theory where we haven't really separated our caveman self from our today self.
What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying?
I just oh my god, no joke, right? Like it's crazy. It's like, oh my, because I was listening to these random affirmations.
Oh, you were, yeah.
And it was like that, like the fight or flight response.
Yes, exactly,
and
exactly.
It's the caveman thing, and you can't hit your boss in the face when you're stressed. You know what I mean? It's like, but it's like you're constantly under that state of stress.
Yes.
I was like, I don't want this. I don't want this.
Yeah.
But it just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
It's
right.
Weird.
It's very weird. So, you know, like we were saying in the last episode, our mind is so powerful, it doesn't know the difference. Like when I watch a scary movie, like you guys went to go see The Nun, I was like, fuck no, I ain't watching that shit.
It got me a couple of times. You know, I bounced.
Nope, my brain does not recognize when I leave the theater or when I stop watching, like I'm gonna see that full in the window like tonight, you know what I mean? Like, and then for like the next 5 nights, and just like always have that image in my brain. So like your brain doesn't know. It's very like it latches onto those feelings. So I think that's why it kind of goes to those fear-based response. And like for us to just be able to recognize it and like not get down on ourselves about it, like, oh snap, I'm in that fear-based mindset, and just like cut it, like cut that emotion off or that attachment to where you feel, oh shit, I'm doing it again. I think a lot of people who are trying to use affirmations or use self-awareness as a tool to better their lives, they often judge and get down on themselves for not doing it the right way, not saying the right thing, not using the right language. Like that's a good step to just acknowledge. Because until you introduce me to affirmation that you have, right, which I think is awesome, the way that it's set up, the language that you use, I think it's the best one that I've ever heard. And so versus versus the one before, like I was saying on the show, is like saying I am statements where it's not as easy to convince yourself or to believe.
Right away.
Oh yeah. And even when I say better and better and better, like, even though I don't believe that too right away, it's still an easier transition to switch your mindset. So I think that's super helpful. Another thing that I want to share on the show. So yesterday we made the announcement to everybody, to the team first. Really wanted to make an announcement team first and be like, this is what happened. We're going to merge Bells into KLV. We're going to close Bells. And I didn't really know this at the time. Maybe I kind of did, but I didn't know that I was going to let go, or that we were going to let go of Michelle, one of our shooters.
Oh, wow. And
just say, it's not really working out for us. We can see it's not really working out for you. Like, we have totally different styles. You're very, like, she's been in the business as long as we have, maybe even longer. Maybe same, I don't know, but 10 years plus, right, of shooting weddings. And so she's very solidified in how she does things. And it just didn't work out where we could have her on the team anymore, and like moving forward within KLV. And I really didn't know that we were going to do that. Like, that was not part of the original plan. It was just a conversation that Kevin and I were like, okay, let's have a talk before we talk to the team. Like, just be clear and be on the same page. And then we came to the agreement where it was like, oh, I think we have to let Michelle go. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. And so it just felt awkward to me a little bit to, like, I know it's a decision that needed to happen, and I'm not going to really worry about the logistics of it. Like, should I have told her privately or in front of everybody? But it felt like it was we were on the same page. And, you know, we just moved through the whole thing and announced like what we were going to do moving forward as a team. And my expectation going into that call, like, I thought I was going to hear applause. I thought I was going to hear happy sighs of relief and stuff like that. But it actually wasn't like that. It actually felt very awkward and like a lot of long pauses. And like, I recorded the reaction and I was like, I thought it was going to be something cool. Like, I thought I was going to hear, woo, awesome guys, good job. Like, but it wasn't like that. Okay. And I know that there was like a lot of pensive, it felt very like, oh, like a surprise, or like, I'm not really sure, I'm assuming right now. I cleared up a lot of the like feelings with Jenna, my sister, because she's going to be basically a lead within KLV. And what that means for her. And I felt her resistance. I felt Michelle's resistance, obviously. And everybody else was just kind of like,
wait, what was Jenna's resistance?
well, because I told her that, cool, like you're going to be a lead for Bells. Jonathan will go second for KLV. And you're going to have all the freedom to do what you want. I'm going to be here. I'm just going to book for you. Right. And we're going to be a team like that. But it didn't work out that way because now I've decided to go merge with KLV and be a true team over there. And what that I think meant for Jenna was like, oh, I'm not going to have freedom, which I acknowledged that before the call. I was like, we have to learn how to address this young artist, because a young artist wants to stamp everything. We've been there, but we're 10 years in. So it's really not about us. It's, yes, we still feel proud to put our stamp on things as artists, but we're seeing a bigger picture. And that's what I want to communicate to her, because artists are sensitive, right? Not in a bad way, but just like I acknowledge it. Like, I know you want to do your thing. I know you want to do it your way. The ego is very much still there. And so just learning how to handle that in a way where I'm not trying to stifle you. We are not trying to stifle you. We're going to give you a good foundation. It's been working. Like, please trust us that when we give you a foundation, because we've been in the business for a long time. You know, if you want to have a career in wedding photography, please trust us to know what we're doing when we teach you. It's not really about stifling you. It's about giving you the proper tools. And so for us to learn how to say these words, because before we didn't know, I mean, that was simple, right? I just said that to you. But like, it's just like, we didn't know how to do that before and say, it's not about stifling you. It's about, yes, we're going to have freedom. You are going to have freedom as an artist. But within this thing that we have, this brand and the consistency and the service that we've been providing for years. And so that was just a matter of us learning how to do that. And right after the call, though, I got emotional. I started crying right over here. And it was like, it was finally real, because we had talked to the team, and I would close it. I thought I was free of it. I already made an announcement to the Bells clients. I made a video on it. I was all happy and pep. And then right there, I just start crying because, oh, we're closing. And I feel just my resistance that, you know, like Kevin is making huge leaps in terms of trusting others to be a part of this business, where now he's using words like we and our and team. And I'm like, this is awesome. And at the same time, because we have 10 years of history, I still feel nervous sometimes. And I voiced that to him. Like, you know, I'm waiting for you to just show me the actions that the trust will always be there. And my resistance to you coming on the KLV team as a real part of the team, I'm sure that other shooters feel that way because of these past actions where trust wasn't really there.
What happened?
Well, you know, like he just didn't want to do, the reason why I started Bells in the first place, because he didn't want either any shooter to mess up what he built. Because he's, you know, he's a high standard, right? He likes things a certain way. There's so much that he does to make sure it's exactly what he wants it to be as an artist, right? Sculpting his brand and his images and what you guys see online and in the blog and in Facebook, like, that's everything. That's him. You know what I mean? So for somebody to come in and for him to let go, it's huge. It's huge. But he's now seeing, he's shifted his mindset to be like, I don't want to mess up, to I want to grow.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a huge shift. And yeah, I'm just seeing, I'm like, that's giving me confidence to actually, I wouldn't agree if I didn't see those actions. And I said that to him. And I said, you know, our team is just going to have to see the same actions from you and from me. And so it just felt like this old self, this old me, this old business, this old way of thinking and doing things was dying. And I was just mourning it. I was just like, oh, wow. I didn't know. It was just surprising. And then I talked to Kevin about it, and it was the same way that he felt when Jonathan was leaving, right? And it finally hit him. He's like, I'm sad. And I was sad. I was sad to let my cousin go. I mean, I can't be selfish and just like want to do work with them for you know, and not think about the bigger picture, not think about my husband, not think about our team. So yeah, it was cool. But I was dead tired, just like mentally, emotionally exhausted. It took like a 5-hour nap. I woke up and still tired. And like I felt like you, I just kind of a little bit burnt out. You know, my mind was still in three businesses, you know. But now we're trimming the fat and going down to KLV and Super, which I love. Like the more I think about that, the things that I want, like it gives me energy again. Like this morning, I feel a little bit more refreshed. Still tired. I still feel a little tired, but as I just keep moving through the little tasks that I need to do to close Bells and transition over to KLV, and then I feel a lot better. Yeah. So that's what went down this weekend.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, these moves, you know, it's one thing to quit like your job, right? But to close down your business, to move into another business and merge.
Yeah.
It's almost, I feel that. It's like losing yourself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like perspective. You guys both want to grow.
Yeah.
And this is the best way to do it.
Yes.
So I'm proud of you.
It makes sense. Thank you. Yeah. I think I'll be more focused and have more energy for Super now, that I don't feel like I have to do this half-assed thing with Bells where it's like I want to be there, but I can't, because honestly my brain is in two other places. And it's going to work. Like all the things that I want to do, I'm now welcome to do them in KLV. You know, and it's not just about me anymore. Like, oh, this is my idea as an artist, you know, in terms of marketing. Like, I just present ideas and it's okay. Like, if we don't do them all, like, and the same thing with Kevin, like, you know, check in with me. I'm going to help you make the best decisions together and for the rest of the team. And like, I'm going to help you. And just that alone for our relationship, this new team, this real new team, I keep thinking about it too. Like the day that we got married, I was still feeling so pensive, and I always think about that. Like the speech that I gave at the wedding, I came off aggressive, and you know, like
at least
you know how you said like when you first met me, like I was like scary. So okay. I think that's where it comes from. It's like
no, not when I first met you. The first meeting we had, I was like,
okay, whoa, you know,
yeah, firepower, you know what I mean?
Right? Like, but that aggressiveness, I was dissecting that, and I was like, because I told you, right? All the other team members on Bells, the first word that they say about me is strict, stern. I was like, shit. I mean, I don't feel that I'm strict, but I have to take into account, like, oh, I can see how that comes off. Because my intent is not to be strict and stern and stuff, but is like how Kevin is. I want the best. Yeah. I want the best from you. You know what I mean? And that's how like a parent comes off too sometimes.
Do you think so? Because it says, I want the best from you.
Yeah. So
what's like another way to say that though?
I like,
taking I out.
Taking I out. Okay, so that's gonna be hard. So the language.
It's a challenge.
Okay. How do I take out I?
Right.
We want the best. We want the best, right? Yeah. You and I want the best.
We want to grow.
We want to grow.
We want to be open.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't know. I have back and forth idea about the language, because I don't think I is a bad term.
Maybe something else. But it's always something to be conscious of, right?
Right, for sure. But when I say I feel like because everything in my life, that is affecting everything around me. Like you're in my life, Kevin's in my life, like the team. How I want it to be, and I want harmony, I want success, and I want, you know, fortune and all this stuff. I still feel that it does start with me.
Yeah.
And to own my mentality, the way that I look at things and perceive things. Like, I feel that I still need to own that.
Oh yeah, affirmation wise, right?
Affirmation wise.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Okay, what I did, right, was this. One of the things that I started to say is every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better at being the best that I can be to make Super Jewelry Co. better and better and better. It's kind of like you're kind of focused on yourself to become the best person. Like, so for KLV, you want to be the best version of you as a leader, so that you can help KLV grow.
Yes.
Because if you just stop at, I want the best from you, it's kind of like, okay, but you got to work on yourself.
Yeah, starting. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah.
Like,
starting with me.
Off strict or stern or aggressive, right? Then, okay, by focusing on your personal growth as a leader, you can start to become more open, understanding,
and then get
that response.
The response that I want. Yes, exactly. Naturally. Ooh, and man. I did figure that out, but like the beginning of this year, reading all these books, right? And then Jenna would tell me and be like, "Oh, I see like the difference in you."
Nice.
And her aggressiveness backed off because she began to be aggressive too. And I was like, "Whoa, who's this?"
Trickles down.
It trickles down, right? It's a reflection of me. And that was when I was very stifling and very strict and like nitpicky, because that's how I was taught.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, not to point fingers, but like we reflect each other. Yeah. So when I learned that, hey, I need to let go a little bit. I need to trust. I need to encourage. And basically show them like, you can be you. You can be your best you with me, because I'm going to try to be my best me with you too. And that's kind of like what I learned in the beginning of this year. And that's when bells started to kind of take off a little bit more. And I just started to transfer those lessons back into how I was working with Kevin. We were still separate, but it gave me a little bit more compassion and just more language to use in terms of the communication, because I was just like zero. No. Not zero, but like just really poor. And so now we're in this different place where it's like, okay, cool. Like yesterday was a very good, like just another step, another piece of evidence, I feel, or proof that we are making the right choice, and that the hope that I have within us in this new merger is legit. Like, it's nothing for me to fear. It's nothing for me to be nervous about, because the way that we have conversations now about biz deving, often we would get defensive of our ideas. Who's Kevin and I.
Okay.
And so now it feels like, here's an idea, cool, let's put it up on the board. Like, it feels more professional too, versus one of us taking things personally if an idea wasn't taken.
True.
And like we would take things personally, or we try to speak over one another, or somebody's not listening to one, like, and yeah, it was just very like toxic. It wasn't good, but now it's a lot better. Like, yesterday, that was just a really solid piece of proof. And then this morning, the way that we talk to each other, we're having some, we don't know exactly what we're going to do in terms of this new merger and what's it going to look like on the website. And then now the conversation is calm. Okay, right up on the board, like the lessons that we learned in Super as a team and how we talk to each other, we're taking that into KLV too. Awesome. Yeah. Versus letting the husband and wife being together forever thing, not giving respect or space. Like the way that we used to talk to each other, I would never talk to you like that. And he would never talk to you like that. Yeah. Yeah. And so now that we have this understanding, like respect, giving space, giving freedom, and not taking things so personally, understanding the greater vision of things, it's so much better.
But it's interesting though, right?
Because it's very interesting.
Because like this all started with marriage, but even deeper than that, it all started with you and how you saw life through your eyes. But once you started to change your mind, like your life through your own eyes has been changing completely. Yeah. Marriage, yeah, and how you view yourself, yeah. And then now it's gonna draw in KLV.
Yeah. How crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
It's so crazy. This was not even on my radar.
Your mind.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, dude, right? Seriously, like,
it is crazy.
Fudge?
Yeah.
What the fudge? You know what I mean? Like, people always go, oh, like, you know, treat others the way you want to be treated. But then how often do we even think about how we treat others?
Yeah.
How we even treat ourselves. It's like, if you don't respect yourself, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get respect from others.
Very true.
If you don't even appreciate yourself, you're not going to get true appreciation from others.
Very true.
But it's like, the more you've improved yourself to become supportive, encouraging, loving, and now it's just bleeding on over into all areas of your life.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Your mind is amazing.
It's so powerful. It's so consuming when you let it, in a good way. You know, like,
hell yeah.
It's like this wave that I can't even stop it. Like, I don't even, and it's cool too.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, take me, Jesus. Like, that's what it feels like. Is that you, Lord? Yeah, sorry, inside joke. I don't even remember what that's from. Is that you, Lord? Okay. Dude, what's that from? I'm gonna have to tell you that later. But yeah, like, it's affecting all these things in the way that the little things that we do, and the little things matter, right? Like, all these little things, they add up. And it's been really encouraging, emboldening, like, to think like, oh, every single bit of my life can be exactly the way that I want it.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. And like, those ideas that you had about this ideal life that you kind of like, you maybe gave a second to, like, that would be nice. Like, you can have it. You can have it.
You can have everything.
You can have everything. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, my mind gets blown sometimes. Yeah. And then I get back down to reality and like know, like, oh, here's the work that needs to be done and stuff. And it's cool. Like, I get grounded again. Yeah. But to know, it's versus like, that would be nice, right? A lot of people say that would be nice. But to know, like, I'm gonna get it. Yeah. Like, I have it.
Like, you believe it.
I believe it. You know, like, it's coming. It's coming. Like, Cindy wants to work, right? I'm like, girl, it's fucking coming. Like, relax. Brace yourself, girl. The work is coming. Like, I remember that like a year ago, and we just moved into this house, and workers were working down here. I could only use one room, and I was making a vlog, and I was like, dude, I'm not doing shit right now. I feel like I should be doing more. It's coming. I know it's coming. Like, I'm enjoying this honeymoon moment. Like, the universe is granting me this moment of peace. I get to go to the garden every day. My back wasn't hurting. Like, it was awesome. I was like, cool. I'm having this moment of like peace. Let me just enjoy it, like, appreciate it. But I know that shit is coming. Like, when Bells was like really gonna start booking things, sure. You know, like, even with KOV, it was just chill. We're like, this is interesting. But like, right now, like, last August, that's when it was, last August. But our August this year has been like boom, 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 like one thing after another. Like, oh my God. So it's coming, you know what I mean? But like, take your, like, you know, the moments that you have, the weekends that you have, like, appreciate them, because that work is coming. Oh boy. Yeah, it's coming, and it's going to be great. Yeah, you know, and then maybe in another year, we're going to have this conversation again and see whatever progress, like, more is coming. Yeah. So, yeah, it's all good. Like, this wave that's happening with us. And I feel like you guys are that, you know, that thing, like that ball that like that you drop and it hits the dominoes and all the dominoes fall down. Like, you guys were that pattern interrupt. And I'm now hearing that too from Kevin's mouth. Pattern interrupt. Where I used to be like, yeah, Tony's here, he's helping us, and like before, and now he's the one using those words. Nice. Yeah, because of Tony, like we're able to use the language, and he's able to provide that space. And like, I always want to remind you and Cindy, like, how important your presence is in our life, because like, it's so good. It's so good. I'm so thankful. Thank you. So like, we've changed our lives for the better, and it's amazing. Like, we made this video right here talking about KLV and the merger, and like I look like a hot mess, but it's just because there's so much work has been done. I'm like, I was like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. But I'm just really happy that we're on this track, and it's allowing me to just like let it influence the rest of my life, like the relationship with my grandma or the relationship with my mom or my sister, and then my dad, like, and he's coming back tomorrow. Like, I just can't wait to let this new self,
your best self,
my best self in this moment, like, I don't know, just share with the people that I like, are really important to me. So thank you for that.
But honestly, Meg, like, there's so many people that I shared this with, but then they don't do it. So they're still stuck at where they are. So it's kind of like, thank you for even doing it, because for the longest time I thought, is this even something that I should keep doing?
Oh, like you need like validation from others.
In a way, just I know how powerful it is, and I know that when I come off with it, it's very like salesy, because I'm like hella passionate about it. But the fact that you've done it for like a week, and your life is just changing by leaps and bounds. Not just it's getting better, but better is like boom. Like, holy moly, you know?
Yeah.
And it motivates the hell out of me, because I'm just like, damn, like, I gotta keep doing this.
Yeah.
Because it's helping Meg, it's helping Kevin, and it's helping Cindy, and it's like, yo, like, who else will this help? Like, this has to reach everybody, because it doesn't just stop at marriage. This, you can get better in every area of your life, your business, your career, your income, your body, your fitness, the way you eat, the way you think. And that's the whole point. Like, you can have everything. Why can't you? Only you stop it. And now, it's funny because Instagram, I'm just flooded with all these like encouraging, like inspirational quotes. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm taking a shit. I'm like, like, whoa, like enough, like I gotta go. Spread this shit. But it's like, the secret is out. I
mean, it's always been there.
It's always been there. But the secret, the key to unlocking your mind and to have anything and everything you want, it'll take time. But at least it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's a different idea.
It's something that you can actually apply right now.
Like,
okay, for example, I shared this with someone on Instagram, right? I was like, hey, just do this every day and every way. I'm getting better and better and better.
How'd that go?
Victim mentality. It's just kind of like, I tried everything, but I still have problems. And I'm like, I used to be like, but now I'm just like, emotional leech. So I'm just like, look, it's
emotional
there.
leech.
It's there. I liked her comment, but I was like, no more. I can't give you more of what you want, because that's not gonna help you. Like this feeding your victim mentality, feeding that void, it's not gonna help you. Like, that's every day and every way I'm getting better and better and better. That's the start. That's the start. And then from there, you will naturally just want to get better in every area of your life, because you'll see it working in your life.
Right. And you'll decide what steps that you want to take, like what works for you.
Like what you want to improve.
Right.
For me, I started with my mind and also my body. That's where I started. And then I started going to freaking marriage, and I started to now like business partner, and it's like being a millionaire, being an entrepreneur. It's all like, when you're ready.
Is when you're ready. When you're ready to receive, right? Right.
Ooh, I get goosebumps, because it's like, you can't expect to know what's gonna happen. It just happens. Like, honestly, and like when you see your partner change, notice that it's because you're changing. And then you realize, holy moly, motherfucking shit, I am the author of my motherfucking life. You are the one that writes in your book of life.
It's crazy.
And it's there. It happens. Goosebumps don't lie.
Goosebumps don't lie. Hashtag.
Like, that's my shit right there. Goosebumps don't lie. Like, man, your life is changing.
Very true. It's amazing. Everything that I do. It's so weird. Like, in the house, I'll just notice myself cooking, cleaning. And before, I'd be like feeling like, you better freaking know I'm cooking and cleaning.
Where's my thank you, motherfucker?
But now I just do it because I'm I'm the best wife I can be, and that's what I want to do to help support and do what I can do, you know, like that's it. And it's like becomes so simple. All this like weird girls and boys shit that we used to do, where it's like you better take note, you better take score of when I'm cleaning the bathroom or when I'm taking out the trash. Like just do it because you love.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so silly that we would go there. And when I think about it and how easy it is to shift, I feel like a lot of people focus on the hard it is to
I can't change. All right,
shift your mindset. Exactly. And
can I share something?
Yes.
That Kevin is doing now?
Oh, let me hear it.
Kevin's actually like on text, you know, before he wants to like do something or say something, he goes, oh, let me check in with Meg. Before it was kind of like, yeah, let's do it, and then we're just out already.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I get that. It's like that boy mentality of where, you know, my wife will be cool with it, but you just assume, you know. But now he's like, you know, making sure you're cool with it. And if you're not, me too, though, as a friend, I need to respect your marriage.
Yeah.
What would usually some, you know, people who are single, boys who are single would be like, you know, like, come on, ditch her, you know, like, come on, man, you know, I miss you and all that stuff. So I kind of like don't respect Kevin and his marriage because that's his new life, you know. So the fact that he's doing that, I'm proud of him for making that change, but I'm proud of you for starting it, because too many people go, oh, he's not changing, or oh, she's not changing.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm not going to change.
Start with you,
right?
And then it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It can't help but happen. I feel it's like if you're really changing for the right reason, right? And you're really doing, you can't do it half-assed like I tried to do for 10 years. Like, and then expect it, right? Expect support when I don't really fully support you too. And like, be real, be hecka real with yourself. And that's super hard. It took me a long time to do that, to understand. Okay, cool. So that's square one. That's ground zero, right?
Where are you right now?
Like, be real with yourself, and then, you know, lead the change that you wanna make. But yeah, and even me, I would do that too. Like, I would just make a decision sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I would forget about my husband and check in with him. Just this morning, I was texting you, right? I was like, let me check first.
Yeah.
I could assume that he's like, you know, didn't you know, like, we're going to do it, like, you know, assume, but just check in with him real quick. And I just think doing those little moments, those little actions is a part of that bigger chain. But without those little moments and little actions, that chain is weak. You know what I mean? So you need all those little things to make that chain strong, to make that bridge of communication, that bond, like, strong as hell. Every little action helps, the language that you use. So yeah, it's awesome. Like, we're in that vortex that just keeps going up, and every time we have the opportunity to discuss something where before it was like we use the wrong language or hurtful language or take things personally or whatever, like, they're being squashed now, and the way that we handle things, it's so cool. It's very cool.
That's why I believe for you that KLV is going to blow up even more so.
I think so too.
Because you and Kevin and now your team, they'll get there.
They'll get there, yeah.
Share this with them. Really, share this mentality. Share this value with them.
Yes.
And now you're going to have a whole team, whole squad doing this mentality.
Right. And
it's going to help KLV just go boom.
Yes.
To help you and Kevin be free.
Right.
Feel me?
Yes.
So it's kind of like, this is something that everybody should apply to themselves first,
right?
And then share it with like your coworkers, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with anyone.
Yes.
But then I believe for you that KLV is gonna blow up even more so.
I think so too.
You and Kevin are the leaders, and now you're growing. Where else can they go?
Yeah.
They're gonna grow with you.
Yeah.
As long as they stay with you, they're gonna grow with you.
There's only one path to go once we're on that. And Kevin was saying to me here on the couch, he was like, I want to be a Gary V for our team.
Hell yeah.
I was like, damn, dude, they need to hear that. Like, go text them really quick. Like, he's like, and he would feel sometimes the resistance in himself. Like, I don't know, what should I say? Like, just say that. Like, exactly what you told me. Those words, those actions, as little as they may seem to you, like, they need to know, you know, because they're not used to it yet. I see it. That's great. That's why I would do this with you in the first place. But I needed to see actions. I needed to see the language change, or else I wouldn't feel confident or comfortable doing this with you. Yeah. So, you know, I'm kind of like them too. You just need to lead them into this new change, this new team mindset that we have, and let them know that you do trust them, you know. And that's all we're going to do, like step by step. It doesn't have to be a flood of like, I'm going to be your Gary V, but like in the little things, you know, the little actions that he takes and the texts that he'll send and all that stuff. And they'll begin to heal those whatever bridges in their mind as well, because they just need to come back up to this level and realize, oh, okay, it's okay. So
I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Please, Meg.
Yes.
If Kevin doesn't want to do it yet, please. As VP of freaking KLV,
I'm a
right?
VP gopher.
Please just share this with them. You're like, here, guys, just start it. This is what I do, and it's been changing my life. You guys, if you want,
I will
start it.
I
right?
will. Yeah.
Just that every day and every way, I'm getting better and better and better. I want to see what the heck happens.
Dude, I told that to my mom this morning because she has trouble sleeping, and it's been plaguing her for years. And I think I have my own thinking about that, like why that is the way it is. But I don't want to impose my thinking on her. I just want to give her tools like you gave for me. And like I told her, I gave her the affirmation, you know, every day in every way I'm getting better and better and better at falling asleep and staying asleep and waking up relaxed and refreshed. And so I just texted to her, and then she just said thank you. And so that was a great step. So let's just see, like, and I was like, even if you don't believe it, like, just say it out loud and see what happens. Cool. And that's another way where I'm like, now I'm finally like passing on the torch, the tools that you taught me, and feeling confident in myself to give this energy and to give these tools to other people. Whereas like for me, for a week, I'm like, okay, how do I use this? How do I do it for me? Because I just need to start with me first.
It's okay to be selfish in that respect.
Yeah. Just
change yourself
first. Yeah. And then, because I want to affect change in other people, but I want them to own it.
Exactly.
You know, and I just want to give you the tool. Like, I don't need to be there as you use this tool or whatever, right? Like, here's the tool. I will see you in a week. You know, like.
Whether you do or not, it's up to you.
It's up to you, you know, like, it's okay either way. And I really like that approach too. And so it's great that we come together because we're on the same page to work on our shit with this show. But for others, it's important for me to check how I feel about this thing that we're doing and make sure, like you said, not come off too salesy.
Of course.
Because that gets intimidating and people don't want to really receive salesy stuff.
No.
So I just want to give tools. Pass it on. You own it. You decide what it takes to do that. Sure. You know what I mean? Sure. For what's gonna work for you. You know, I have my own way in how this thing works for me.
And Meg, you started this. Why did you even start this?
I just, you know, I know the pattern. Every time I have a call with my mom, she's always tired. Always tired. And I was like, inside joke. Yeah. So she's always tired and always saying to me like, I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't sleep well. You know, and this for years. And it hurts me to hear it.
It's your mom.
It's my mom. Like, it hurts me to hear that. So I felt I wasn't a very good sleeper for a long time too, until I figured out like, oh, I need to do this. I need to sleep in a separate bedroom if I have to, and that's okay. Like, I don't have to sleep with my husband. Like, we'll sleep together when we want to, and it has to be dark, and I have to have cleared my mind about certain stressors and whatever. Like, I have to just do what I need to do for my sleeping habits. And I figured out my own, a lot of stress and things that I've been hanging on to and was able to let them go. One of them was feeling more supported by my husband and where I'm going with my life, and am I okay with it, and my career, and all that stuff that you think about at night that possibly keeps you up. And so I feel like I sleep a lot better nowadays, and the pain has subsided. Because that thing,
wow,
yes,
hell yeah,
the traps used to just pull my goddamn head all the way down where I'm like this. And so, of course, I would wake up with headaches, for a long time, just wake up with a headache. Like, and when you wake up with a headache, you're like, you're pissed off, you're irritated, you know what I mean? So like, I know that pain. And so I know what it took to fix that, but that was my way. And so I feel like if she can find her way, even how long it's been, it may just take her a little bit longer to find her way, but to just find it, so that she could sleep and feel good, on a daily basis. I just want her to feel good about everything, and just be able to do her thing and be free of that pressure and like, I didn't sleep again. Like, geez, that's a chronic pain. I know a thing or two about chronic pain, but I've only been dealing with it for max 6 years, 7 years. So imagine dealing with it for decades. I don't know how long, you know what I mean? So I just put that out there, and maybe I just keep reminding her about the tool. Like, the tool is there for you. You can use it whenever you like.
She watches the show, yeah?
She does.
Well, I mean, maybe she'll subconsciously just like,
maybe
give it a try.
Maybe, yeah. It's all good. Like, I just want to be, like, my affirmation for today is every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better at helping the people that I love with their resistance and being the best daughter that I can be. The best sister that I can be, like family focused for this affirmation. That's what I was thinking of this morning. And I was like, how can I feel so full of love. I feel so full of like, I feel so full of service. So how can I help those that I truly care about? Like, I feel like I've helped myself. Great. I've helped my husband. Great. Who else can I help? Goosebumps don't lie. Dude. You know what I mean? Like,
you're giving me some now.
Yeah, like, who else can I help? And it's like that. It's just like, oh, I'm curious. Like, who else can I help? That would be cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I'm just in there in that vortex. Like, it's not really something I'm crazy about yet, where it's like I have to like help this person or something. Like, it's not really like my mission, but I'm just wondering, I'm just curious, like, oh, who else can I help? Or who else can benefit?
Everyone.
Who else is open to receiving this message? And then just being aware, not just keeping this to myself, like, and to each other. Like, I just want to share it.
Yeah.
With the right people.
You just can't help but want to share it.
Yeah, I can't help.
People can't help but see it in your life. You're like, who is this person becoming? Like, it's amazing. It just changes you.
Yes.
And people are naturally like, okay, well, whatever she's doing, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But it starts with you, and you're already changing as a leader, as a wife, as a daughter, as a friend, as a business partner. Yeah. And it's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
So honestly, like, before we even close this out today, try it, guys. Try it. Ladies and gentlemen, please just try this.
We'll give them the tools. What are the tools?
Just try this. Like, you don't even have to look at yourself in the mirror. Let's just keep it so simple.
Yeah.
Just say this to yourself out loud, though.
Out loud, yeah.
Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better and better. Period. That's it. Like, just let that happen, soak in. You could say that once, twice, or 3 times.
That's great.
However many times.
Yeah.
And then just say that. And then literally, like, it will literally just come to you. Wherever you've wanted the progress in your life, where you really want it to get better, it's going to get better.
Yeah.
And then from there, you can choose. You can choose more specifically. Do you want your income to get better? Do you want your health to get better? Do you want your relationship with your family to get better? You decide, not us. You decide.
Right. You decide.
Start with that for what? How many days would you say? Start it.
A week, dude.
A week. Come on. A week.
I saw results in a night.
Yeah.
But you know.
Right.
You know.
During the freaking
Hey, can you beat my one night?
Yeah. Like one night.
Let me know in the comments you can beat me in one night. Like, hey, Meg, I did that shit in 2 hours. I changed my life. Dope.
Damn,
Yeah.
well, go ahead.
Beat me, dude. Yeah. Or
That's
gal.
awesome,
yeah. Like, beat me. You know, I invite you. You're invited. You're invited to change your life, and you at any time. And I want to say something too. Like Kevin said, you, in every breath that you take, you have the opportunity to change your life. I was like, God damn, that was deep.
Change my life. Change my life.
In every breath that you take, right, you have the opportunity to change your life. I was like, God damn, that was profound. Panties be dropping. So
Yeah.
All right, cool. So how long we been on this? About an hour. About an hour. Yeah.
So let's end it with your affirmation.
Affirmation today. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better at helping my mom find the tools, the language, and the actions to live her best life. Thank you.
That's so
Yeah.
selfless as a motherfucking angel. Mine would be every day in every way I'm getting better and better and better at being a millionaire who is generous, caring, thoughtful, wealthy, and successful.
Dope, man. Nice. Love it. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here live on the Golden Rule, where we've upgraded right now. I hope you've enjoyed these new upgrades, and we'll see you next time. Once again, my name is Meg.
My name is Tony.
Bye.
Thank you. Sweet, man.
Dramatic pause.
Dramatic.